Welcome. Let's find a comfortable seated position. Allow the eyes to softly shut. You can have your feet out in front of you, sit on your heels, cross your legs. However, you can find a nice long straight spine and take that little curve out of the low back by lifting the sternum. Roll the shoulders back. Start to check in with the breath. Check in with the thoughts. Check in what's going on in the nervous system. And then start to gently elongate the inhales and exhales. Maybe lightly closing off the back of the throat so you can hear the sounds of your own breath. Especially on the inhale, when we slightly close off the back of the throat, it makes the diaphragm work just a little bit harder to suck in a little extra air. Take a deep inhale in through the nose for 3, 2, 1. Slow exhale out the nose. 3, 2, 1. Deep inhale in. 3, 2, 1. Hold the breath at the top. 3, 2, 1. Slowly exhale. 3, 2, 1. Hold empty. 3, 2, 1. Deep inhale in. 3, 2, 1. Hold the breath at the top. 3, 2, 1. Slowly exhale. 3, 2, 1. Hold empty. 3, 2, 1. Deep inhale in. Let the crown of the head get a little longer. Spine a little longer. Hold the breath. Feel that breath move around through the lungs. Slowly exhale out. Keep that length, but relax the shoulders, knees, and hips. Hold the breath empty. Take a huge inhale in for 3, 2, 1. Hold at the top. 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slow exhale out. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Huge inhale in. Let the belly and diaphragm fill up. Hold the breath softly at the top. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale slowly out the nose. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. One more time. Huge inhale and use that diaphragm. Use the belly. Let it all fill up. Hold the breath at the top. Notice what thoughts are holding on. See if you can let them go as you slowly exhale out. Push the belly button back toward the spine. Allow the breath to come back to normal. Deep inhale in. Long exhale out. Take one more inhale in. And exhale, make your way into tabletop. Spreading the fingers right underneath your shoulders. Knees slightly behind your hips, hip distance apart. Spread the toes, press down with the tops of the feet. Spread the fingers. Long inhales, long exhales. Notice your breath. Lengthen through the spine. Tuck the chin slightly, and then take an inhale in. Drop the belly, lift the heart, press down with the tops of the feet. And exhale, reverse, tuck the chin and toward the pelvis, center of the back, high up behind you. Spread the toes, pressing down. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the heart, roll the shoulders back. And exhale and reverse. Take a few cat and cows with your breath. So with each inhale, let the movement stop as your inhale stops. And with each exhale, the same. Exhaling out as much as you can. Let your movement stop when your exhale stops. Continue pressing down through the tips of the toes, trying to get your shins to make good contact with your mat. Spread the fingers, pressing down, especially with that second knuckle with your thumb and index finger. Inhale, allow the spine to come back to neutral. Take the left heel straight back behind you. See if you can keep it right in line with that left hip. Notice if you're swaying far to the right side. See if you can still keep that right knee lined up with that right hip. Maybe deciding to just stay here, or if you feel stable, reach the right fingertips out. Turn the palm in, spread the fingers, same long inhales, long exhales. Spread the fingers on the left hand, pressing down through the palm, through those second knuckles. Spread the fingers, the toes on the right foot. Press down with the top of that right foot. Same long inhales, long exhales. Let the breath go down into the diaphragm. And place the hands down. Turn the left fingertips in. Inhale the right fingers up. Exhale, reach those fingers through. Pressing down with that left palm, opening the left shoulder. Notice if the hips sway to one side or the other. Try and pull them back to center. Same deep breaths. And see if you can walk the crown of your head a few inches toward the front of your mat so your spine's getting a little longer. Trying to let that right ear come down away from the right shoulder. But keep pressing down with the tops of the feet. Keep that left shoulder active and opening. Same deep breaths. See if you can breathe into that spot, especially between your shoulder blades and then slightly down your spine. See if you can feel that mid-back opening, lengthening. And then gently unwind. Move with your breath. Take the right toes out to the right side. Left toes back behind you. Place that left heel down. And then reach the left fingers up. Deep inhale, long exhale. Inhale, see if you can get those left fingers a little higher, pressing down with the right palm. Then as you exhale, reach the left arm up over your ear. With each inhale, lengthen a little more from fingertips to toes. With each exhale, see if you can find something to relax. Maybe it's just a face muscle. Maybe counting to yourself, 3 inhale in, 3 exhale out. Maybe on an inhale, lifting those left toes just an inch above the earth. Listening to your breath, listening to your body. Notice if the right knee is right under the right hip, if the right hand is under the right shoulder. See if you can open up that left heart a little bit. Turn the palm down toward the earth. Take one more inhale in. Exhale, coming back to tabletop. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the heart. Exhale in reverse. Take a few cat and cows. Spreading the toes, spreading the fingers. Notice if the knees are slightly behind the hips. And even in such simple postures, we can choose how much we would like to challenge ourselves by how deeply we breathe and by how far we activate the musculature on the extreme inhale, the tip of the inhale, and the tip of the exhale. If you really wanted to, you could generate enough heat to start to sweat and work out the body just by doing slow cat and cows. It's all in the activation of the breath and the breath connection to the movement. Allow the spine to come back to neutral. On an inhale, reach that right heel straight back. Exhale, align that left knee right underneath the left hip. Deciding to stay here or inhale, reach the left hand out. Reaching that right heel back, left fingertips long, gazing down at the earth, long through the spine. And again, with the activation of the body and the activation of the breath, deciding how much you would like to challenge yourself. The more that you flex those right toes and reach long with that right heel, activating the right hamstrings, the right glute. See if you can activate behind the left shoulder blade. Reach long with the left fingertips by activating that left tricep, reaching longer through those left fingers. Spread the right hand, spread the left toes. Same deep breaths. And then gently release back to tabletop. That right arm might be feeling it. Turn the right fingertips in. Reach the left fingers up. Inhale in. Exhale, reaching through. Pressing down with that right palm, opening that right shoulder. Find that space slightly below your shoulder blades to feel long. Breathe into that spot. Notice if the hips are swaying to one side or the other. Try and pull them back to center. Press down through the tips of the toes. Press down with the back of that left hand. Deciding with those deep inhales and long exhales how much you would like to activate the body, how much you would like to release the body. Listening to your breath. Feeling the spine lengthening, feeling a lift out of the crown of your head. Gently unwind, coming back to center. Take the left toes out to the left side. Let that left knee be right under the left hip. Right toes back behind you. Place the right heel down. Notice if the left hand is under the left shoulder. Inhale the right fingers up. Exhale. Inhale, reach those right fingers a little longer. And then exhale, reach them up and over your ear to lengthen through the right side of the body. Spread the fingers on the left hand, see if you can get the left shoulder down away from your ear. Spread the toes on the left foot to press down with the top of that left foot. Lengthening from the right fingers through the right toes. And then maybe on an inhale, lifting those right toes. Same deep breaths. See if you can still count to yourself. 3 inhale in. 3 exhale out. And then gently release, coming back to tabletop. Check that the knees are slightly behind the hips, hands right under the shoulders. And then tuck the toes. Inhale, lift the hips. Exhale back, downward facing dog. Inhale, coming up to the balls of the feet. Spread the fingers, turn the gaze forward. Step to the front of your mat. And exhale, release down, forward fold. You can interlace the fingers. Grab opposite elbows. Notice if the second toe knuckle is lined up with that ankle, knee, and hip on each side. Same deep breaths. Bring the hands to your shins. Inhale, coming halfway up, tuck the chin, feeling long. Exhale, keep that length as you release down, trying to fold from your hips, not from the low back. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, keep that length, fold from the hips, release a little deeper. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale and release. Put a little bend in the knees. On a huge inhale, roll all the way out. Reach the arms out and up. Exhaled, hands to heart center. Take a few breaths. Notice if you can feel the grounding down through your big toe, your pinky toe, and even lift and spread the toes as you place them back down. Notice if there's a lot of weight in the balls of your feet or towards your heels. See if you can find that nice center. Notice if the pelvis is tucked back behind you, tucking underneath you. Find that neutral spot for the pelvis. Feel the sternum lifting in and up, so not reaching it out. Don't arch the back, but keep the core engaged. Relax the shoulders. Crown of the head long, tuck the chin slightly. Inhale the arms out and up. Exhale, bring the hands to heart center. Inhale out and up. Exhale, heart center. Inhale out and up. Exhale, heart center. Inhale out. This time, exhale, lead with the heart. Hinge at the hips. Exhale all the way down. Inhale halfway up, hands to shins. Exhale, bend into the knees, plant the hands, step back to plank. Inhale in plank, spread the fingers. Exhale, chaturanga, shoulders out, elbows in. Inhale, roll the shoulders back, cobra. Exhale, tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Keep the elbows in as you head back. Inhale, coming up to the balls of the feet, turn the gaze forward, take little steps. And exhale down to the front of your mat, forward fold. Put a little bend in the knees, inhale, rolling up, one vertebra at a time. Keep that inhale going, reach the arms out and up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, reach the arms out. Get long, exhale, lead with the heart. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, bend into the knees, plant the hands, stepping slowly back to plank. Inhale in and plank. Exhale, chaturanga, elbows in. Press down to the tips of the fingers. Inhale, roll the shoulders back. Press down with the tops of the feet. Exhale, tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Inhale, coming up to the balls of the feet. Step to the front of the mat. Exhale, down, forward fold. Inhale, rolling up. Reach the arms out and up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale the arms out and up. Exhale, lead with the heart. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, bend the knees, plant the hands, step back to plank. Inhale in and plank. Exhale, chaturanga. This time you can inhale up, maybe straighten the arms. Exhale, tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Inhale, walking forward to the front of the mat. Exhale, release down, forward fold. This time inhale, flat back up. Exhale, hands to heart center. One more time, inhale the arms out and up. Exhale, lead with the heart. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, stepping back to plank. Inhale in plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale up. Maybe just rolling the shoulders, maybe starting to straighten the arms. Exhale, tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Inhale, balls of the feet, walking forward. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back up, transfer the weight toward the heels. Exhale, hands to heart center. Take a few deep breaths. Heel toe your feet out to the edges of your mat. Inhale the arms out. Exhale, lead with the heart. Take a few breaths in a little wide-legged forward fold. Notice how there's just a little more space in the hips. Put a little bend in that left knee. Left fingers down toward the earth, right fingers up. One more inhale in. Exhale, place the right fingers down, bend into the right knee. Inhale, the left fingers up. Same long inhales, long exhales. And gently release both hands down, straighten the legs. Interlace the hands behind your back. Let the pinkies come down toward the earth. See if you can keep your palms coming in toward each other. Trying to squeeze your shoulder blades together. And then shake the head yes and no. Let it be heavy. Create a little more space through the neck and the upper back. Notice if you're gripping your toes. See if you can lift, spread, place them back down. And then release the hands. Turn the toes out. Send the hips down. Let your hands come toward your knees. Sitting up tall with the chest. Inhale the arms out and up. Straighten the legs. Exhale, bring them all the way down. Inhale out and up. Exhale, slowly squat. Inhale out. Exhale, gentle. Inhale out. Exhale, release. Inhale out. Exhale, slowly down. Inhale out. Exhale down. Inhale out one more time. This time, bring the hands to heart center. Heel toe the feet back together. Hip distance apart. Take an inhale in. Exhale, see if you can touch your fingertips to the earth, bend into the knees. Notice if you still have that alignment of the toe, second toe, ankle, knee, and hip. And inhale up, Utkatasana. Deep breaths. Take your arms out to the side if you need to. Notice if there's a lot of work happening in the low back. If so, get the chest a little higher. It may straighten your knees a little more. That's all right, because we want the work to be happening in the quads, not in the low back. See if you can transfer the weight a little more towards your heels, maybe even lift your toes, but still press down with the big toe, the inner part of the big toe. So then your arches are still active, your medial arches. Take those same deep breaths. Take one more inhale in. Exhale, lead with the heart, straighten the legs. Plant the hands. Inhale, stepping back to plank. And then exhale all the way down to your mat. You can place your Right forearm down. Bend into the left knee. Reach back for that left foot with the left hand. And first kick into the hand, opening that left shoulder as much as you can, activating that left quad. Same deep breaths. And then pull that left heel in. Release the left quad. Notice if the left knee is sticking out to the left side. See if you can pull it back so it's pointing toward the back of your mat. See if you can sink that left hip down. And then find those same breaths. 3 in, 3 out. And gently release that left side. Bring the left forearm down. Bend into the right knee. Reach back with the right hand. Kick into that hand. Start to activate that right quadricep. Try and open up through that right shoulder. Same deep breaths. Keep that right quad active. Notice if the right knee is opening out to the right side. Pull it back. And then release. Pull that right foot in. Try and sink the right hip. Opening up through the right quad. Same deep inhales, long exhales. And gently release that right side. Place both forearms down. Roll the shoulders back. Release the core. Maybe gaze up if that's alright on your neck. Otherwise, keep pulling the chin back, feeling long through the spine. Pressing down with the tops of the feet. And then interlace the hands behind the back. Lift the wrists, engage the low back. Again, any pinching in the back of the neck, gaze down at the earth. Same long inhales, long exhales. And gently release the hands, bring them underneath your shoulders. Tuck your toes back behind you, elbows in. And then inhale up for plank. Exhale, place the knees down for tabletop. Be sure you still have that same alignment and keep your toes tucked. That second toe, ankle, knee, hip on each side. Spread the fingers, roll the shoulders back, and then lift the knees just an inch up off the earth. Same long inhales, long exhales. Engage the core, lengthen through the spine. If you'd like a little more challenge, pull the heels of your hands back towards your big toes. Find that little shake and quiver. That means something good is happening. Same deep breaths. And then gently let the knees come out to the width of your mat. Big toes together, hips back. Child's pose. Release the low back. Same deep breaths. Then walk the hands over to the right side. Place the left hand on top of the right. Same deep breaths. Staying low, walk the hands over to the left side. Right hand on top of the left. And slowly coming back through center. Roll up one vertebra at a time. Make a little pillow with your mat. Place the knees down, lining the knees up with the hips, ankles, toes, just as if we were standing. And then come standing on your knees. Tuck the toes back behind you. Bring the hands to your low back. Start by just sending the hips a little bit forward. It's going to come into a nice easy Ustrasana. Maybe letting the head fall back. Using the hands on your low back to support the low back, to feel it lengthening. So you're not just collapsing into that low back, but feeling long through the spine, like you're trying to lift your whole spine up and over as it heads back. And slowly make your way out. Send your hips back towards your heels. Make sure each toe is tucked under, even that pinky toe. And maybe this is enough to just take a moment to feel the toes opening through the bottom of the feet. Maybe let your knees make their way a little farther forward until you feel that stretch in the toes. Bring your hands out in front of you, grab your fingers. Same deep breaths. And switch. Let the fingers face up as you switch. And switch to the other hand. And gently release. Pull the little pillow out of the mat. Place the hands out. Toes are already tucked, so find your way back, downward facing dog. Maybe bending one knee and then the other, releasing through the hips, the calves, the hamstrings. Spread the fingers. Turn the triceps toward each other. And then inhale forward to plank. And exhale down to your back. Bring your heels in toward your sit bones, hip distance apart. Cross the right ankle over the left knee, really flex those right toes. And then maybe reaching behind that left thigh. Keep those right toes active and pulling back. So that way all of the opening is happening in the hip and not at all in the knee. Maybe using one hand to open that right knee a little more. Maybe reaching all the way for that left shin. Wherever you are, take a few deep breaths. Letting the spine lengthen down into the earth. Letting the breath be long. See if you can find that same peaceful space and peaceful breath that we had when we were seated comfortably at the beginning of our journey. Gently release the feet back down. Cross the left ankle over the right. Flex those left toes. Pulling that right knee in. Keep the left toes active. And then spend a little time with those deep inhales, long exhales. Gently release the feet down, hip distance apart, close into those sit bones. Place your hands on your thighs. Start to push your thighs away from you, feeling long through the crown of your head. Notice when you push down, it creates a little more space, like you're trying to get your shoulders away from your ears, the crown of the head, getting a little longer up the mat. And then engage your core and feel each and every vertebra pushing down into the mat. Maybe just staying here, feeling that length while pushing the thighs away. Maybe lifting the feet just an inch up off the earth. Notice how the vertebrae try to make their way up off the mat. See if you can push them back down. Engage the core while lengthening through the spine. Same long inhales, long exhales. And then gently release. Bring the soles of the feet together. Let your knees fall out to the side. Right hand to your heart, left hand to your diaphragm. Let the legs be heavy. Let your shoulders be heavy. The spine be long, the breath be long. See if you can still count to yourself that 3 inhale in, 3 exhale out. Maybe using your hands to help bring your knees back to alignment with your hips. Then push the heels down, lift the hips up. Tuck one shoulder blade and then the other, interlacing your hands in bridge, or maybe bringing your hands under your hips for supported bridge. And coming up to the balls of your feet, slowly roll down one vertebra at a time. Straighten that left leg out, pull the right knee in. Take a moment to make little circles with that right knee to release through the right hip. Let the right hand come down, hold on to the right knee with the left hand, and then pull it over the body. Let that right shoulder be heavy. Maybe turning and looking over to the right side if you want to complete that spin all the way up the spine. With each exhale, see if you can let the right shoulder get a little heavier and let the right knee get a little closer to the earth. With each inhale, see if you can reach a little longer with the spine. On your next inhale, bring that right knee back to center. Exhale, lengthen that right leg out. Inhale, bring the left knee up. Exhale, take a few little circles. Take an inhale in, hold on to that left knee with the right hand, release the left hand down. Exhale, pull the left knee over the body. Few deep breaths. Each inhale, lengthening a little more through the spine. With each exhale, let the left knee and left shoulder get a little heavier. Find that breath. On your next inhale, inhale that left knee back through center. And then exhale, lengthen the left heel out. Let your feet come to the width of your mat. Tuck one shoulder blade and then the other. Reach the crown of the head long. Relax the jaw, the tongue. Allow your awareness to come to your breath. And with each inhale, feel that awareness extending out to all the sensations in the body. And then feel all of those sensations releasing, relaxing, getting heavier and heavier. As you feel the body release and relax. Let any face muscles release. Through the crown of the head, the neck, the shoulders, release. The shoulder blades, the triceps, the elbows, the forearms, the hands and fingers, release. The chest, release. The stomach, release. The back. Let the hips release. Your glutes, your thighs, release. All around. Your knees, your calves, your shins. Release the tops of the feet, the bottoms of the feet, and each of the toes. Release and relax. Allowing yourself this time of integration, this time of healing. Allow yourself this time just to breathe, this time just to be. Slowly find your way back to your breath. Notice how you're breathing. Listening to your breath, decide if you would like to stay here, melting down into the earth, or keeping the eyes softly shut, start to activate the body, rolling onto one side. Find your way back to that same comfortable seated position if you would like, or just stay breathing, melting down into the earth. Wherever you are, notice if your nervous system is sitting a little calmer, if your breath is coming a little easier, if your thoughts seem just a little bit further apart.